What's up, y'all? Your boy QP and my pal Anthony Francis here
I'm
to
back.
talk about The Assessment, dropping in theaters March 21st, today, actually, as of this recording, from Magnolia Pictures. Before we get into our thoughts, our review, let's check out the trailer for The Assessment. Here we go.
I don't think I'm gonna get much sleep tonight.
Me either.
What if we're not good enough?
If we're not, who is?
Your visitor has arrived. I'm Virginia, your assessor. Over the next 7 days, you'll undergo close observation and formal testing to ascertain suitability for parenting. I want to get to know the real you.
Is that a good idea?
Yes.
I was joking.
Assessment is a rigorous process. It'll do. With a high threshold for success.
Oh, Virginia.
Oh my God. I need to assess all aspects of your relationship.
How's assessment going so far?
It's a nightmare.
Welcome. This is our assessor.
Is there alcohol in this?
Yes, a bit. Is that all right?
I'm gonna need something stronger. We should be reducing the population, not increasing it. We tore each other apart over scraps. Because there wasn't room for everyone. You think we somehow conquered nature. You're wrong.
It's really young. Whoa! You shouted at me. I did not. Virginia! What if I can't do this?
She's just pushing buttons, okay? We just need to stay cool.
She likes you.
You jealous?
You cannot behave like this if you want a child.
I want a real child, not this. I'm bored. You want to play a game? You're having a nightmare. Oh, man, I'm scared. This is crazy. Mommy! Daddy! Stop! End of test.
All right, there you go. That's the trailer for The Assessment. A little bit more on the background of the story. Oh, actually, before we do that, let me throw it to Anthony real quick. Before you saw the film, did you see the trailer?
I did, yeah.
What were your initial thoughts on the trailer when you first saw it?
I'm very interested. As you know me, I'm the old grump of our group, and I'm always bitching about, come on, some more adult. And this kind of gave me that. And I like off-kilter movies like this about relevant subjects, so I was interested. And the cast, I like the cast.
Awesome. Yeah, when I first saw this trailer, dude, I was blown away. Obviously from the cast: Alicia Vikander, Himesh Patel, Elizabeth Olsen. Sci-fi thriller about parenting. You and I are both parents, so that struck that chord. And to get, have an assessor, confirm whether or not you can have it in this dystopian future. Wow.
Yeah.
And then just see Alicia Vikander go off kilter playing a child and as part of the assessment aspect of it. What? I was so ready for this film. So yeah, I was blown away were my initial thoughts from the trailer. So let me talk a little bit real quick about the cast and crew, and then I'm not even going to give a synopsis just to go around. That's pretty much what you saw in the trailer of what happens. So let me just give a shout out to the cast and crew, and then Anthony and I will dig in with our review. As always, it takes a village. I'm going to highlight a few folks, but props and love and flowers and respect to the entire cast and crew that put this project together. Director is Fleur Fortuné. Writers are Nell Garforth Cox, Dave Thomas, and John Donnelly. And stars Alicia Vikander, Elizabeth Olsen, and Himesh Patel. That's your cast, your crew. And again, love to the entire cast and crew that all encompassing outside of that. What were your thoughts, Anthony? You're fresh from watching it as of this recording. I'm so intrigued what you thought about the story, the characters, if you want to kind of break that up in there or however you want to break it down, let me know. What did you think of the
Yeah,
assessment?
yeah. Very quickly before I do that, I like the writers. The first two, I can't think of their name, but the guy's name is Thomas, and the female writer is his real life wife, I guess.
Oh
And,
yeah, yeah.
and their screen credit, there's the third guy. There's his name and Mr. and Mrs. Thomas is all it says.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now on IMDb Pro real quick. So to help you, Nell Garforth Cox as
Yeah.
Mrs. Thomas and Dave Thomas as Mr. Thomas.
Yeah. I thought that was hilarious that they did that. But anyway, um,
Hilarious, yeah.
yeah, yeah, man, it- I like I like the way this movie, for me anyway, grabbed me immediately. It had a very, if you're familiar with Wim Wenders, the German director, or Wim Wenders, as everybody mispronounces, movies like Until the End of the World and all of his stuff. Really, it's got this almost ghostly atmosphere, and I thought that pulled me in immediately as far as the film's aura. I was interested. They set it up very well, just with just some conversations between Olsen and Patel, who are both fantastic. The entire cast, all three of them are fantastic. This is a very much a chamber piece. There's going to be some comparisons to Handmaid's Tale, and rightly so. And my wife watched it with me, and at the end, we talked about, oh my God, if those in power at the moment keep going, are we going to eventually get there? No. Like China, you can only have 2 children per household. Are we on our way to that? I don't know. Uh, but this movie is full of ideas like that. Elizabeth Olsen, uh, I was disheartened when she joined the Marvel universe. I'm like, come on, don't go there. But she can do no wrong, and this is one of her best performances, I think. I can't remember her character's name, but just her and Patel, they're married. Just their desire to just want to bring life in to share it together. Um, but that doesn't even really play out. I can't speak on it, but there's a reveal later about Patel, well, wait, are we all on the same page here about having children? And then when uh, Vander comes in, Vander.
Mia is Elizabeth Olsen, and Himesh Patel's is Aaryan, Aaryan.
Interesting.
Aaryan. I'll say Aaryan. I don't want to go with
Aaryan.
Aaryan.
Yeah. You think I'd be fresh? I just saw it. When the assessor comes in, it's weird immediately. She looks like she stepped out of a Dutch painting from the 1300s, and she's very cold and calculating, but stern, and seems to have a inkling of a sense of humor. And it just gets bizarre immediately. I'm not sure she has to assess them having sex. It's not really a spoiler, but
Yeah.
she does.
It was in the trailer, so we're good.
Yeah, oh yeah. And that scene is fantastic because what will you do to get approved to get a child? Um, Olsen's going down on her husband. The assessor is there. I'm sorry, it's early morning. My thoughts. The assessor is there, and hey, what are you doing? I have to watch. Okay. After a couple of uncomfortable looks, she goes back to it. I thought that was very bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying not to stair step the whole movie, but I mean, do you want to jump in?
Oh no, I was just letting you, go with your thoughts, just everything. So we'll just go back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
Everything you said, it's what I look for in a sci-fi thriller. take
Yes,
what we
exactly.
know right now and then twist it a little bit, and
Mhm.
g- have you start asking these questions. Would you allow that to happen? You know,
Yeah.
if my wife and I were put in this situation, and it's nuts, and it'd be difficult to say yes to this and allow that to happen. I would be a rebel. I think
Oh, yeah.
fuck what the everybody else is saying. I don't need the government to give me that a-okay. That's where I'll be rebel. My wife and I will just have sex and formulate a child, unless there was some kind of scientific reason they couldn't do that. I don't know if I caught that.
They
If
made them
it's
sterile. They made the females sterile. They didn't
oh, so
say
they have to allow.
mm,
Oh,
yeah,
really?
they're given a baby. I'm not sure. It's not clear where the sperm comes from, but
Oh,
there's a
I must have missed
there's a
those elements. Yeah.
yeah, there's a brief thing about all the women being sterile in not in the old world. You can go take your chances there,
Uh-huh.
which well, man, I can't.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. Um, but the women in the current really ugly blank world, they're all sterile in some way. The government made them.
Okay. Just the notions of the questions, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what good films do and sci-fi does, and think makes you rethink things that are common in the now, you know.
Yeah.
So brilliant performances.
Uh,
Vikander, my God, like
yeah.
she was able to flip on a dime and turn it back and forth and have you going, and then that later on elements that we won't spoil, and you know, wow. And Elizabeth, all three, you know, really carry this film. And also, there is a couple of other actors, like the dinner scene. I forgot that one actress.
Oh, yeah.
She's very notable.
Driver.
Yes, you
Mhm.
know, just to bring other elements of questions
Yeah.
and the
Mhm.
world. And I think there was like a LGBTQ couple that came in
Yep.
as well that was part of the
Yep.
dinner. Very
Mhm.
interesting conversation. I love when films make me do that. And this one, I was kind of logged in. Sometimes things can be a slog, as you and I both know, with certain films. This kept my attention the whole way because of the questions and just the brilliant acting of everybody.
I
You know,
agree. And
yeah,
what you said on the dinner table scene, yes, that's what we want. That's what I'm always griping about.
yeah,
Give me some meat in my sandwich besides visuals,
yes, sir.
This did. Frankly, that dinner scene could have gone on for another half hour. I mean, it was mesmerizing because it's almost as if we're having that conversation now. And I'm like,
Yes,
yeah. And my wife and I, that's yeah. Um, yeah, it was fascinating. And Minnie Driver, who I like her. She's
yes.
not used enough anymore.
That's the name I was looking for. Yeah, Mini Driver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she basically says all of her speech, which I won't quote, because I can't. She walks the balance of what we as humans want and what the government wants, what's good, and both thinking what's good for the planet, the
Yeah.
humanity, I should say. And yeah, and then of course we we can't talk about anything in that dinner scene, can we? Uh, what the assessor does that pisses off Minnie Driver.
Hmm.
You know what I'm speaking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's bizarre. It's
Yeah.
bizarre that the assessors, apparently, supposedly all of them who do this, go to these links, and other things in the movie that we can't speak on are shocking. And there's one moment where I honestly said, well, shit, would I if I thought that was what I was supposed to do? Uh,
Oh, yes, bro. I'm happy you brought that up.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
because and I won't, but he even says, well, wait, this is part of it? Are you sure? And it's unclear, but it
Yeah.
seems to him and us that yes, you must do this thing to further, your application or whatever. And yeah, it's a weird scene. And there's a scene later, but we'll talk off mic.
Yeah.
Olsen has a great moment, a great line referring to that scene, and but I can't say it or it'll give it
All right.
away.
Maybe we'll put a section in here. We'll do spoilers and throw it at the end of the video. So those that have watched, because as the time of this recording, the film is out. So if you guys are watching this review, you want to hear us talk a little spoilers, I'll cut a section and put it at the end credits. So some bonus footage of me and Anthony talking on that, just so we can riff a little bit maybe there. If you're cool with that, Anthony.
Yeah, I'm fine.
So
yeah, it's just so full of ideas.
What do you think of the making of this animal, this room, this chimpanzee, his life's work, but then also the heartbreaking of Elizabeth Olsen's work, and something occurs there that I don't want to just. The conversations on what they're doing and then future shit. I was vibing, bro. I was vibing.
Me too. And I love the chimpanzee and all that, and that beautiful moment. And I'll just say, with the hands touching of the chimpanzee and the human, and then what that gives him the idea to do, right? It's just, I was vibing, like you said. There wasn't a moment where my interest went away. It's idea after idea, and it's so beautifully done, and it proves that certain movies, even if you set them in a future society, that you don't need to spend a lot of money on special effects. You don't need to CGI everything, because this isn't that kind of sci-fi tale. This is, I hate to reference it again, a Handmaid's Tale sci-fi tale. This is here, this is now, but and I love the look of, because it's all warm and sunny all the time. That's not a spoiler. That's what's killing off things. And they explain that. I think it's Patel who says, we all got sick of the cold and wished for the sun, and then we got nothing but sun, and now we don't want that. It's killing this, and this.
Yeah.
And they make it look, they don't do anything. It's a house near, I think they filmed it in Germany, I read. And it's a house near
beautiful
water. Yeah.
Absolutely
Gorgeous
beautiful.
house. Yeah. Gorgeous land. But it's all everything's marble and square and
IKEA.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I thought in certain area. Like, oh, they shopped at IKEA but the sets, everything was amazing.
It's just, it's so much thought went into this, and God bless them, so much thought went into the screenplay, and they designed a proper movie around it. And I was just, is it a movie you can watch a lot? Maybe not. Just the tone is not something that, hey, let's get our nachos and watch The Assessment.
Yeah.
I'll watch it a few more times before I die. I think I know people I want to show it to.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is a film it's a conversation piece.
It is. It's very much a conversation piece. I love the music. These weird vocal stylings, almost like what was his name? Johansson did for Arrival, for Villeneuve's Arrival. Just his weird vocals, ambient. It just, everything worked here.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna see this.
That's my thing. That's the biggest thing. So I enjoy this film, but it's disheartening because I don't feel they're pushing it as much as they should be. The brilliant acting and the story overall, this rivals a lot of other films that are being put out into theaters right now.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't think it would light up the box office, but if they showed it in, a small release in art houses, I think it would turn a profit. And I don't think I don't think they're putting, who is this?
The people behind the assessments.
Yeah. I want to say Lionsgate, but I'm not right. And it doesn't matter. I just wish they'd put something.
Magnolia Pictures.
Magnolia Pictures. Yeah.
They got a bit of a budget, but I'm sure it's the rollout's gonna be difficult, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it's a hard sell, I'll admit that, But I just, anybody who, I don't know. There's so much to talk. We could do an hour on this thing, you know. Anybody who is into, this is pretentious, but thinking person sci-fi, this is it. This is it. And The themes are relevant, scarily relevant,
Yes.
and the performances across the board. I'm sorry, I think I've rambled on. Have you?
No, I'm just gonna co-sign all of that.
Yeah.
Because I think there's nothing that I don't disagree on. I was the trailer initially grabbed me, and it gave me everything in the trailer I wanted, and more. So I'm very happy about this film.
Yeah.
There's not too many critiques. I'm trying to think of a critique right now, but I was entertained all the way through. Maybe there's some dead parts. Maybe there's certain parts I wanted a little bit more elaboration on, but overall, from what I got, I was pleased. And these actors, this trio was amazing.
It's fantastic. I think this would have worked as a play.
Oh yeah,
This
I'd
would
love
have
to
been
see it as a
one hell
play.
of a play. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to see. Yeah, this could definitely be translated
And
into
they
a
could,
stage
yeah, I was gonna say
performance.
they can still do it. That's the new thing.
Yeah.
Take a movie, make a play. Just don't make a musical. I want a baby.
Dude, let's go. The assessment, the musical, and you already. I want it, baby.
See my mom.
I'm here for it.
Am I a child?
What a way! What a way to end this. Anthony, I dig it. Thank you for your assessing your job as assessor reviewer. For assessing the assessment. I was trying to make a bridge there, but it didn't happen.
I got to do it like her. I like the film. I liked it. And so she's so.
Yeah,
She's
she
great.
killed
Yeah,
it.
great
Again,
cast.
ace performances by everyone. On this
Could be her best performance. I like her as an actress.
What did she get the Academy on? Was it Ox Machina?
No,
What did she get it
she was
for?
great in that. I was just about to say I love her as an actress, but she won an Oscar that I don't agree with.
Oh, really?
What
was it for?
Oh, damn it. Eddie Redmayne, the Danish girl, where Eddie Redmayne.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
It's
I
an
remember
okay movie.
Yeah.
Her role is underwritten, and she won an Oscar, and so I didn't agree with that.
Amazing in this.
She is fantastic. There's no way that enough Academy voters will see it. So this time next year, she could be nominated, but who knows? But I doubt it. But she deserves a nomination for this.
And Olsen.
And and Olsen as well.
Patel, just great. Just amazing. All right.
When it was over, I said, "That is a very good film." As we have spoken about it, I'm thinking, I think it's a great film.
Yeah.
Little great, tiny great.
Yeah.
Great always.
Because I'm trying to think of critiques, and I don't really have anything. The costuming was good. The sound.
Everything.
What's your one? What's your one?
Well, I have one, but it doesn't really count. It's just because we've seen so many films. What you spoke, I can't say it, but what you spoke of earlier, and then something bad happens to something about Olsen's something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. When they introduced it, oh, this is blah, 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 and blah. And it was given to me by blah. I'm like, something's going to happen to that later. But I mean, that's not a critique. It's just we've seen everything. So
yeah, the visuals, the sound design, the costume design, the simplicity, sci-fi.
The camera was not obtrusive. It was, it would follow them. There's a great scene where they've lost the assessor when she's in full child mode, and they're walking through the house, and instead of a hurried camera, it follows them both and stops, and then they part and go through the rooms calling her name. And when Olsen comes back in front of the camera and goes that way, camera starts following her again. I really, really like the direction of this film. Yeah,
definitely.
It
all worked, brother. It all worked.
Yep.
There you go, y'all. That's our assessment on the assessment. Recommend. I definitely recommend this film. How can people check you out, Anthony? And again, I'll have all your links in the description below for all the people.
I'll be working for Doge. No, just kidding. We need levity. Themoviereview.com, screencomment.com. Anthony SC, the number 1, at X for a little while longer, and Instagram, the movie review.
There you go. That's my pal Anthony Francis. The assessments. I was trying to throw a joke in there, but I couldn't think of one. I was gonna bridge the gap and bounce off of your Doge, but I wasn't coming to. My hatred for Doge knows no limits, so I was trying to figure something else out, but I was like, no, I can't do something with that because I hate them. I hate them so much. I know you do as well.
Yeah, that I even managed a joke is shocking. I'm like, how did I find humor there? Yeah.
No worries. So I'm Creepy. You're on Nerds Rule the World. You know all the things. Links are in the description. Show love to my pal Anthony. Thank you so much as always, Anthony, for joining me to talk movies. This was a good one, y'all. So the assessment, as of this recording, in theaters, I think it's actually a limited release because I was on IMDb and it showed me a different date as well. So not sure what's going on there. Maybe a digital release and a limited theatrical release, but show it love. Once you see it, man, just check out the trailer. If that doesn't grab you, they expand upon it. It's a good film and brilliantly acted. So my man, Anthony Francis, I'm Creepy, Nerds Rule the World. Let us know what you think about the assessment in the comments below.
Nerds rule the world.
Pleasure chatting with you. Love to all my nerds who rule the world.
Yeah. Nerds rule the world.
Yes, we do.
Thanks. Nerds rule the world.
Thank you.
I love the nerds ruling the world, so more power to you.
Patrick, what up, man? And yes, they do. Nerds rule the world, kid.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Awesome. Kuya P, Nerds Rule the World. Hello.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Oh, Nerds rule the world.
I got.
It's in the title of your show, like Nerds Rule the World. Like, I want more Black weirdos on screen, and I don't feel like we ever get to see that very much.
Thank you so much. Nerds do rule the world.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Nerds Rule. Love
it. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Julie.
Yes, yes.
Rock on. I love it. Thank you so much.
It's good to see you. I love Nerds Rule the World.
But yeah, there's a heavy nerd component, man.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you ask me, nerds rule the world. So
absolutely.
And you're right. Nerds do rule the world.
We're just the best.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies.
Nerds so much.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
It's your boy Kuya P. Nerds Rule the World. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you.
do. They rule the world, all right.
Yes. Take care, Tony. Thank you, guys. What's up, y'all? Y'all just saw our full review. We're gonna talk spoilers. You see it on screen. I put spoilers up on the screen. Man, the baby, the robotic baby, fucking man, just this ending thrown off the cliff. This was a great movie. What did you think of these little things, man? We're talking spoilers, y'all. What are your biggest things?
I love. We were talking about the dinner scene.
He fucked the girl. Like, would you fuck a girl? I don't know if I could fuck the assessor. She's, you know what? If I wasn't married, but he's married. But would you be if you're forced? Alicia Vikander is not something to throw away. I'm vomiting of thoughts right now.
I love it. Yeah, we'll clean it up. Very quickly. Okay, that scene since you brought it up. Yeah. That's a bizarre moment because
that's a bizarre moment, dude.
What she says to him when she's climbing on top of him and jerking him off and getting ready to. I'm sorry. Can I? I apologize.
We're at the end, man. We're at the end.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, no, I just meant I didn't know if I could say jerking off on your show. and getting ready to put him inside her, she said, he's like, wait, what? I don't want to. I love my wife. This is wrong.
Yeah.
And she says, but what she says is so precise, it could be taken as either. I don't know the exact line, but she says, this is what you want. And he's like, well, wait, are you saying this is part of the test? Well, what do you think I'm saying? You know, she never says it. And then, of course, it was. That's the big spoiler I was going to thank you.
And then they cost them the thing at the very end, right? That's what cost them.
Yeah.
But well, not really, because they're not everybody's. They've been rejecting everybody. That was ultimately the ending, right? When Elizabeth Olsen came back.
They just don't say yes. The last one was 6 years ago. I think they're trying to space out humanity. Excuse me. But that is the big spoiler I wanted to mention, was at the end of them, or when they're talking to the assessor, finding out they got screwed over. The assessor tells Olsen that they slept together.
Yeah.
And then Olsen has this great line, you screwed our daughter. And he's like, it's not our daughter. You know, that was a fantastic line.
Yeah.
Like
what did your wife think of those moments? I'm curious from opposite sex wise, because, you know, I love for my wife to see this. This isn't her type of movie, but I would love, you know, because of just this notion that it brings up as couples. And if you're trying to have a child, what did, because I'm intrigued by, since you and your wife watched it, what does she think of the questions and all of that brought?
She was actually the first one to say, you know, we're not too far off from the government.
Which is scary as fuck.
Because in a way, the government is in our childbirth.
Yeah. With
abortion restrictions and all of that. The scene we just spoke about, where they were having sex, she let out a wow. And I said, yeah, creepy, right? And she says, yeah. But she agreed with us. She said, even as a wife, if this situation happened and I found out about it, I'm not sure I could be that angry at you. You know, you were manipulated. He was manipulating me.
Yeah.
He was manipulated into it. And she found that fascinating. And he found the whole movie rather fascinating.
Yeah.
I asked her afterwards, what did you think of Vikander's performance? And I said, because I know my wife, you know, she has a tolerance level, you know, with certain things in film and with her husband. She said, you know, there was a few moments where I'm like, okay, here we go. And then she realized that, no, this is like giving a visceral response for her.
Yeah.
And she was feeling what they are feeling. Like, how am I supposed to react to this?
Yeah.
And I'm sure we all did, but Allison, especially my wife.
Yeah.
She said, I don't know how I'm supposed to react to this. So that made it stronger for her to focus on what was happening. And she didn't let herself feel that the performance was getting out of control. And then the final, this is a spoiler, right?
Yeah, we're in the spoiler section. Yeah, I'm curious what you thought at the end when Vikander, you know, gone and new family and decides to throw herself out of the building window. Like,
excuse me.
I was like, whoa.
I'm not. I think that breaking up the family she just did, I think she may have gotten closer to Olsen and Patel than she had with any other wife. And I think what she did and how she did it, my God, that greenhouse.
And the flower and all of that.
That's what I said at the beginning.
I thought she was gonna die. I thought that was gonna maybe be the end of the movie, like she's gonna kill herself and and saved. I'm like, oh, we're gonna go a little bit more interesting with all of this. Like,
I don't know. I think that she just started to care too much. And I think when Olsen pulled her out of there, that forever linked the two of them. She was already linked to Patel. And I think when she saw this new family, they seemed very sweet, very eager, saying the same things that all parents say.
Yep.
We'll be good parents. And she sat in the room. It was a nice room, prepared exactly what she wrote. Everything was fine. And she said, I can't do this to them, and I can't do this anymore. And I think she also may have realized, this is conjecture, Your Honor. But she may have also, and this is just coming to me now, she may have also realized, hey, I don't think the government's ever going to give me a kid. They're just going to make me keep. And I think she's like, it's too bleak and I'm out. So, yeah.
Man,
do you think do you think Olsen, that final shot of Olsen, what do you think about that?
You know, I was wondering the same thing. I was curious because I was lost in the sauce with just different things that was happening. And then also the time I was watching it. I don't know.
Because
I don't know. And I like that.
She's the only one to take her mask off.
Yeah.
People who want, it's like, I'm just going to breathe it until it kills me? Or was it, hey, it's livable here. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know how to take that final.
I initially took it that she's deciding for her own now. Like she was relying on the government to tell them what to do, her husband to tell her what to do. In this moment, whether it kills me or not, I'm making that decision.
Right. Yeah.
That's kind of where I left it. I don't, and I like that idea that it plays for me to think maybe it'll go this way or that way.
Yeah.
But in that moment, I'm making my decision.
Yeah. For the first time, I'm either beginning again or ending my life, but on my terms.
Exactly. Exactly. And I love that. That's what just all these different parts. The more I think about it, and like you said earlier, when we're doing the full blown review, like, damn, is this a damn good movie?
It really is.
Yeah.
And when we see Patel with his new daughter that he created, and then looks up at the house, and for a millisecond, we're like, oh, she stayed. And then when she goes, Olsen, then when she goes in the house, you see that trail of she's not there. Yeah, that's fantastic. It's something we could talk, we could come back a month from now. I was sitting with that moment, and what I think is, and it's that kind of movie, and I'm so happy.
Agreed. I'm curious if this will make my top 10 for the year, but it's definitely, you know what? No, I'm gonna put it right now. It's in my list of some of the best films right now.
Oh, right now?
We're only in March. So as of this March, it's in the top. It's in the
probably
list.
My top 2 or 3 at least. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. If I think about it, probably so. But just because, not too many, well, if any negatives, like I said earlier, but yeah, we could go long. This is a conversation film, like we said.
Yes.
Great work. The amazing Anthony Francis. We went on a little bit longer in the spoilers, but we wanted to talk a little bit about that. Go check out our other reviews. Thank you to my man, Anthony Francis. I'm QP. Nerds rule the world.